subscribe. I'm not monetized anymore. I shouldn't attack the boyfriend. I need my boyfriend. I know, pray when I see it. I've been a predator all my damn life. I'm built different than them. I'm cut from a different cloth. We ain't the same. There may be some gunfire, bloodshed, and bullets. Dog. Damn. Voodoo flavored trickle. Dog. Laying on your back, spreading your leg, dog. I know, pray when I see it. Damn. Dog. I've been a predator all my damn life. Ain't no clapback videos. I'm looking. I'm built different. We ain't the same. Dog. I touch him anytime I feel like it. I'm touching him now. I come from scum. That's why I'm a Christian. I come from backwoods, incest-driven maniacs. I'm designed and built to bully effeminate men. We come from the bottom, and he raises us up, and he cleans us off. And from that point forward, I've been walking clean. Dog. Damn. Voodoo flavored trickle. Dog. Laying on your back, spreading your leg, dog. I know, pray when I see it. Dog. Damn. I've been a predator all my damn life. I'm built different, dog. We ain't the same. I'll touch him anytime I feel like it. I'm touching him now.
Hold up, hold up, hold the hell up. I didn't want to forget those bargain bin fluffers who calls themselves detractors. No, not all of you, fam. Season motherfucking 2.
I need my boyfriend. Spread your leg, dog. I need my boyfriend. Laying on your back, dog. I need my boyfriend. Spread your leg, dog. I need my boyfriend. For a train being run on effeminate men, dog. I need my boyfriend. Spread your leg. I need my boyfriend. For a train being run on effeminate men.
Hey fam, it's your girl Samantha. I got a favor to ask of you. The Sinner's Commentary is a labor of love from Eric to you. It would be awesome sauce to show your love by exercising your right by clicking the like button. Show YouTube that Eric's content is worth it by subscribing to the channel.
Over-sexualize everything. 5 guys. Fuck my wife. Fuck my wife. 5 guys. Absolutely has sex with my wife. With my wife. 5 guys. Sex with my wife. Oiled up. Slippery. Oh my God. Oh my God. Sex with my wife. Tyrone. Kevin. Kilmurray. 7. My wife is squirting everywhere. Oiled up. Sauce all over her ass. 5 guys. Absolutely has sex with my wife. With my wife. 5 guys. Sex with my wife. Oiled up. Slippery. Oh my God. Oh my God. Sex with my wife. Rick and Bob. Who? The champ.
brother. When I hold a man's penis, I tell you what I do. I hold on to it tight, brother. Because if that penis is Vodka to Philip, woo, that's how it happens. Meerkat Mall. Who? I need my boyfriend. Please, spread your legs, dog. Suck my ass, please. Please. Dog, I'm not a good dog. I'm a good sissified boy. Effeminate men, spread your cheeks. They all soft. Dog, I need my boyfriend. Please, spread your legs, dog. Suck my ass, please. Please. Dog. Philip came in from his office with a moist beard, and he wrung out his sweat ring stained shirt. I maneuvered myself over to him and I said, Phil, let me handle the memberships for you. Dog. I'm not a good dog. I need my boyfriend. Please, spread your legs, dog. Suck my ass, please. Please. Dog. I need my boyfriend. Please. Laying on your back, dog. Suck my ass, please. Please. Man, I want to thank everybody for the 1K. We finally made it. We did it, and it could not have happened without you guys.
There we go. Good morning, everybody. I'm Logan. I am the right-handed L around here. Big ups, everybody. Thank you for coming to this Sunday morning stream. It's going to be on the shorter side. I have a few things that I wanted to talk about, and then we're going to kind of get out. It's going to be, as one of my professors in college used to say, as long as necessary and as short as possible. So that's exactly what it's going to be. But we are going to talk about the co-op. Oh, this is a great freeze frame, by the way, that I parked it on to start the commentary. We're going to talk about the his weird setup and his weird take on Skull and Bones, because I have things to say about everything. I've done microphone research, you guys. Microphone research. Yeah, he is. This looks very welcoming, doesn't it? But big ups to everybody in the chat. Big ups Dr. Karkand. Big ups Tomian. Big ups Inkels. Big ups a fellow tractor. And big ups Well Swayed and Spitfire01. Thank you all for coming to the stream. And if you have not participated in the poll, make sure you do so. We need to know who is better at games. But let's get into Philip talking about his setup. But first, just to edge you a little bit further, Lefty and I, the two L's that take L's, are doing a 1 year / 1K subscribers spectacular extravaganza on February 28th, wherein we will be watching the This Is How You Don't Play of Death Stranding, the legendary very long one, by none other than The Outsider. And then we will also be playing Halo Infinite community matches with you, the community. That's right. It is going to be an all-day event. So please keep your eye on community posts for that. It's going to be happening on the 28th. We know the day. We don't know the exact start times or anything like that. There are also a few fellow detractors who you may recognize that would like to stop by. So it's going to be very fun, very robust, and very meaningful. Wanted to get that announcement out of the way. But here's Phil. I should do the Dan Aykroyd thing. Here's Phil to tell you more.
Mine. So on Wednesday night we were both here, and I'm gonna say this. Definitely, this is going to be a learning experience where every time we do it, it's probably going to get a little bit better. This was the first time we had ever done it. Immediately, we run into problems. Okay, so I bought an audio splitter, and the idea was to split the audio coming out of my Xbox controller. One would go to my Neckphones, and I would listen like I always do to the audio of the game, and the other was going to go to her earbuds. She uses earbuds in the house, and they are noise isolation earbuds. Okay, so she goes to use it.
So I want to talk about the earbuds real quick. This is more of a like personal preference. I have here. This is my everyday pair of Samsung Galaxy Buds. That's right. I'm a Samsung cuck. I have a Samsung watch and a Samsung phone. I am 100% invested into Samsung. Thing about these, they do noise canceling, but from an audio engineering perspective, noise canceling is not well used in most cases. In the case of this, where you need to hear the game, and then this is also a great freeze frame for all you screenshot guys, by the way. In the case of this, where you're trying to hear a partner or some other person that you're playing with, noise canceling earbuds should not even enter the equation because it will auto phase cancel their voice. So the fact that she didn't just have like a regular set of cans, these are called cans, or just regular non-noise canceling earbuds around is a little bit unlikely considering how they're everywhere. But why would you enter noise canceling earbuds into the equation? Just incredibly dented.
It's way too loud. She's like,
D-Dog. D-Dog bought into the Raycon hype. Like every podcast was telling you to get Raycons. Are they good? Are Raycons good? I don't know. I've been thinking about getting some. These came with my phone. Like I bought my phone on a bundle directly from Samsung, like from their site, and they were like, "Hey, do you want earbuds too?" And I was like, "Yeah, fuck it, sure." So that's how they got me.
Wow. And I said, "Oh, because there's no audio controller here. There's no way to adjust volume."
That's a good question. No, shiny teeth. I don't think it's boob sweat. I think it's just the way his shirt is creased. And I think his pop filter is casting a shadow. We can't be that lucky, shiny teeth. We can't be that lucky.
And likely what's happened is, I do have an audio controller on my Neckphones, but you don't have one built in.
I had to use that,
So
him holding it up as the thumbnail today. It was so fucking funny. Yeah! Yeah!
So then, we're like, well, what are we going to do? On the fly, let's figure out a fix. All right, well, what we can do is...
See, I really... These are expensive as fuck. These Galaxy Buds. These are expensive as fuck. But I will say, they work seamlessly with my Samsung phone and watch, as they should. It's so seamless. I don't have to pair them or nothing. I put them in my ears and they go. And these don't pop out of my ears. I've used these for directions in my ears while I'm walking in major cities, and I've never lost them down a storm drain or anything like that. Yeah, they're good. I recommend Galaxy Buds. I even have a friend with an iPhone that uses Galaxy Buds. I mean, you can pair them with an iPhone. I wouldn't recommend it, but I have a friend that does.
She can plug her headphones into this guy. This is the receiver that I use. This is for my old Astro A40 headphones, which I don't use anymore.
Wait, hold on. I missed this part. I wasn't really watching. This is from Friday, by the way. And this is from Phil's own stream. I'm taking it from the source so that we can just take it all in directly. I missed this part because I was half listening to this. I'm always half listening to this in the afternoons while I'm on work calls. That's my secret, is that I have a headset and I have an earbud on in one ear and then I have the work call on in the other ear. So that's my secret. If anybody that I work with finds this stream, I'm fucked. I'm going to get fired, but whatever. So this looks like USB A to tip ring sleeve. And it has a panning nut. What the fuck is this thing?
I still use this receiver to get audio from my Switch and my PS5 out of my TV. So I said, you can plug your headphones.
But why? Why would you need to... Wait. Hold on. This just broke my brain. Why would you need to use this to get audio out of your TV when your TV has a headphone jack. Like, I know for a fact his TV either has an optical out or just a headphone jack. Like, most TVs just have a headphone jack. Like, I have a 4K TV in the living room through that door there, and it just has a headphone jack. All three of my monitors here, my 4K monitor, my 1440p monitor, and then my 1080p, they all have headphone jacks. So why wouldn't he just take a 3.5 cable and take it out of that? He could literally just plug his Neckphones into the TV via a 3.5 cable and hear what's coming out of the TV while his capture card splits it. Why does he use a 10... Well, I'm asking a question I already know the answer to. I was about to say, why does he use a 10-year-old headset receiver for the 360? Because he's Phil. Because he's Phil, and as Snood would say, the most dented explanation with Phil is usually the correct one. It's called Occam's razor. So, yes.
To get audio from my Switch and
That's
my PS5
so stupid.
on my TV.
That's
so
so
you can
stupid.
plug your headphones into there, and then you can adjust because it has a volume adjuster.
But what they should be doing is they should be running the audio through OBS and then monitoring the audio out of OBS from their PC back to the Scarlett amp, because they can send it back to the Scarlett amp and then split that. That's how I would do it.
Okay, so let's try
Big ups,
that.
Lord Kane.
So she plugs it in. She goes, "Oh, it does work, but something's weird," and she realizes. So we're in this room together.
Yeah, it's a USB. So, Timo, I think it's a USB mixer for his Astro headphones for the 360, because a lot of that stuff needed digital to analog converters because of the way that like the 360's AMI protocol or HDMI protocol worked. So a lot of those things just came with receivers, and so he's using that from. Actually, if it was from the 360 or Xbox One OG era, it would have been more than 10 years ago. That receiver's got to be 15 years old, at least.
And, I mean, the whole point of co-op is
Yeah.
cooperation, correct?
I think the receiver he just held up is like 15 years old. Because this is breaking my brain. I was only half paying attention to it, but I knew I had to comment on this.
And with
Nice snort.
cooperation, that's how it becomes
Oh, you know what?
cool.
I need this snort for something. I've been looking. Excuse me, chat. I'm gonna put up. Don't go away. I need to put up the pre-stream. I need to put up the pre-stream chat screen again because I need a meaty snort for something very specific. But I don't want to. Saving it on stream will reveal what it is, what I need it for, and I don't want to do that. So I'll see you in like 10 seconds. Okay. Don't go anywhere.
Now, why do I need to bring this up? All right? Because tomorrow's my day off. I got 2 big bills due this week. Everything all at once. Who? 2 big bills. Chill. Give her a pill. I got 2 big bills. The electric.
Okay. I got it. Thank you. Yeah, I have been hunting for snorts, for a specific meaty snort for days, for actual days, for a specific thing that I'm working on. And that was it. You guys will hear it. Eventually.
That's how it becomes a cool, unique thing. It's supposed to be 2 people listening, talking with each other, interacting, and playing a game together. She's like, wait a minute, how am I going to do this when my earbuds are noise isolation? She goes, I have them in, I can't hear you. I was like, oh, you got to be kidding me. They're so good, she couldn't hear me. So basically, I'm like, so now what are we going to do? I'm like, well, we don't have time to figure out something else on the fly. I still have my Astro A40 headphones. So
Dude, I just figured out a solution, like sitting here. When you held up that dumb little box. It's not that hard.
somewhere in my closet, buried in one of the storage bins. I'm like, well, we're not going to have time. We'll have an hour here to dig through every bin and find them. So instead, what we'll do, you just use the Neckphones. You know,
I was getting desperate to find a snort. I was gonna hit up Midlife Crisis directly because I need it. I need it by like now.
Standalone minigame outside of the story of Like a Dragon. Therefore, you can do it in any way. You can do it muted. It doesn't matter. You're missing nothing. Okay? So she used the Neckphones, and I basically didn't use them. Didn't use anything. I could still hear some audio anyway from the Neckphones, her sitting next to me. So it wasn't like a total loss or anything like that. Now in the future, what are we gonna have to do? Well, anything once we finish Don't Go Island, which is about 10 to 15 hours
Snort
long,
Life
we gotta figure out
Crisis.
a better audio solution. I was already
That's a
thinking,
good one.
just get a cheap pair of headphones. You don't have to get anything expensive,
That's a good one.
right?
I
Just
like
something
that.
she can put on that's comfortable, that isn't noise isolation, and then she'll be able to hear me talk, and I'll use the Neckphones, she'll use the headphones, and it shouldn't be a big deal. Just that we didn't prepare for that. So right away, something silly hit us. So then we go to start the stream, and we quickly realize the whole audio setup is different when you're doing one person on the mic versus two people with a mic between them. All right?
Yeah. Yeah. No shit. Like this is the moment where when he said this, that like literally I had just hung up off of a work call. I put Phil back on, and I literally like put my head in my hands, and I was like, I need to comment on, because it's this segment that's really dumb. As someone who like worked in actual TV production in sound specifically, this nearly broke me when I was listening to this Friday afternoon trying to finish my fucking work.
So I was sitting here, and she was sitting here, and immediately people were like, well, we could hear Phil fine, but we can't really hear Kat that well. And I said, you know why? Because she's playing like this, right? She's so used to when she plays games, she's just staring at the TV. For me, when I play games,
So guys, I gotta let you in on a secret. You see this mic down here? You see this that I'm pointing at with my cursor right now? This mic down here is the exact same mic as this one. I use the exact same microphone as Philip. The exact same one. The exact same one. So when he says that he like can't do a thing with it, he's wrong. So watch this. I'm going to talk like this in here, and then I'm going to get further away, and then I'm going to get further away, and then I'm going to get further away, and then I'm going to get closer, and then I'm going to get further away, and then further away. Hear what happened to my voice? Hear what happened to my voice? It's almost as though when you move far away from the microphone, your voice becomes harder to hear. It's almost as though placement matters. Placement and microphone proximity matters. Almost as though. Yeah, I intentionally got a very similar setup to Phil just so that I could do stuff like this. It's very fun. Although my audio interface is different than his, but his audio interface is a very nice audio interface, and I'll show you.
I'm literally turned towards you guys like this, and I'm playing like...
But yes, in case anybody's wondering, his microphone, well, actually, my microphone is slightly newer than his, but it is the same basic model. He uses an Audio-Technica AT 2035, and I use an Audio-Technica AT 2020. Mine is actually the slightly less expensive version. Like, it's newer, but his mic, in terms of the product line, is slightly above mine. And think about how much better my shit sounds than his shit. I'm using the inferior version of the same product line as him, and my stuff sounds better. So think about that. Think about that.
This, so now you can hear my voice better. She's not used to that. So she's talking in this direction, and the mic's only like side picking up her voice, so you can't hear it as well. In addition, the microphone here is a good placement for when I'm centered to the camera.
No,
but when
it's
we're
not.
both here, I need to...
This is horrible mic placement. Look at, so I'm sitting, so the rule is you should be no more, so if you put your hand like a turkey, like this, well, not a turkey, but I call it a turkey. But if you extend your fingers like this, the rule is you should be able to rest your chin on your thumb. Here, I'll do it. You should be able to rest your chin on your thumb. And that should be, you should be no further away from your microphone than this is the rule. That's the rule that I go by. Look how he is able to extend his arms like this. He is this far away right now. He is so far away. So that mic placement is terrible. I have to yell for it to get picked up, and it's working because of compression, but I have to yell to get it. He is sitting like this, and he should be sitting like this. You know, it makes a big difference, right? So what he's saying is completely wrong. Like, so bad. And then you couple two people into it, and it's really bad.
Her, because again, my voice, I'm used to talking and projecting my
I know,
voice.
I was old man yelling at Mike
all day
yes.
for a living. She does not. So we need to have the microphone more in her vicinity in order to pick up the voice. But even then, I'll definitely say this, because there's two of us talking in a room on a lower volume because we're both talking into a mic from different directions. The game volume overpowers us. So even lowering the game volume twice. So,
Phil, that brings me to my next point. How do you solve the game volume overpowering you? You use a limiter. It's called a hard limiter in OBS. So, well, I made a video on this on Taking L's. You can go watch it. But basically, how I set up my audio for streaming is that the highest possible audio level is going to be -10, and then everything else sits below that. So I want my voice coming in at -10, so I'm limited to -10. I can't get louder than that, so it's easy listening to the stream, and then I limit Phil to -22. He could literally limit his gameplay to like -22 or even like -30, and it would never overtake him. It's such a simple adjustment.
Still, there were times when I was listening back to the video and I was like, it's hard to hear.
Yes, turn up the gain.
Again, on Saturday night, I got to lower the game volume significantly. And again,
but I think for him, I actually think that, so Nerd Brew, you're right, but because it's Phil, I worry about him touching gain knobs, because at least his audio being set so low, he doesn't clip ever, because his audio is so low. Could you imagine Phil just clipping his microphone constantly and how annoying that would sound? You know, I would much rather him set his shit too low and have us compensate for it, because in the world of production, as long as the audio is audible, as long as you can hear it, it is recoverable through work. Like, I was able to recover the I don't care hot mic moment where Phil spilled water on himself. That was one of like my first big streams I ever did on this channel, actually. Baldrick, you raise an interesting question. I have my recommendations for what Phil could or should use for co-op streams, and we're gonna get into it. That is part of this stream. I did actual research. We'll get into that in just a few minutes, hopefully.
Coco Island.
If I don't pause so much.
But we may have to try to figure something else out in the future. In regards to this.
But for what they want to do, I would always so Baldrick, I would always recommend, and I'll get into what I found now. I would always recommend a 2-mic setup if you're doing dual game commentary, especially with him. He has a Focusrite Scarlett I2i Gen 1, which we'll look at it now. I couldn't find the exact specs because it's depreciated, but this is Phil's audio interface, everybody. This is it. So if you look at this, what do you see? What are these? Right? Does anyone know what these are? These are 2 XLR ports. Yes. So he has 2 XLR slots. He even said on Friday, "Oh, I have 2 ports in there." Yes, I have 2 ports in there. On this particular DAC, you have channel 1 and channel 2. And in the Windows Audio Manager, you can separate the channels as separate audio sources, meaning he could get those into OBS as separate channels, and he does have independent gain adjustment. So all he would need to do is buy a relatively inexpensive XLR mic and a stand. And I'm going to show you what I would buy if I were in his situation. Mind you, I would buy something a lot nicer if I were in his situation, but here are his options. All I did, so this is USB. I went to Amazon and I typed in USB mic. Got tons and tons and tons of options. There's even this Pseudotac, which I don't know if Pseudotac is a reputable brand, but you get a desk arm, a pop filter, and a microphone with a windscreen, all for $47.99. Now, I don't know how good this is, but I bet it would work fine, right? Like, he's not going to use a nice mic. And the thing is, he actually has like a good mic and like a nice, like the interface he has, this is a nice interface. I think Nerd Brew, we were talking in DMs a while ago. You went with the current gen of this interface, correct? Correct, Nerd Brew? I think you did. You mentioned it. These are nice audio interfaces. Like he really does. He really does have a nice audio interface. But you could literally go on Amazon, type in USB mic, get that set, and like you'd be set. You just have to plug in the other USB, set it as another microphone input. You can track it out. You could put it on a separate channel, separate track. No problem. As long as you're okay. So Nerd Brew says he got the Scarlett Gen 4 Solo. Yeah. It's a very nice audio interface. I almost got one, but I went with the Universal Audio Volt 1 because I liked a lot of their plugins a little bit better. But here's what I would actually buy. Since Phil is on a budget, or he's saying he's on a budget, I would buy this is the most ubiquitous mic in the world. This is the Shure PG A48. You have seen this microphone everywhere. Everybody from lunch ladies making announcements in the cafeteria to Taylor Swift uses this fucking mic, right? It's everywhere. It's cheap. It's rugged. It sounds good. It'll last forever. So you buy this. It's a XLR version. Amazon even has a bundle. They have a bundle with a microphone stand and several clamps you can use, and they throw in a XLR cable. Phil could have a complete separate audio setup for Catherine for under $100. Under $100, and all he would have to do is plug it into XLR channel 2 of his Scarlett and set XLR channel 2 as a separate audio source in his OBS layout. So for under $100, Phil could have very, very easy co-op dual mic functionality. Very, very easy. So their whole deal about, it's too much money, dude, it's under $100. He could skip a day of DoorDash. He could actually skip a day of DoorDash and afford this. Absolutely. But that's my research digression. Let's get back to Philip.
My receiver unit here actually has a port for two different...
Yeah, no, Darksea, I agree. I wouldn't use it for streaming. I would always want to use a condenser mic specifically, a condenser mic with like a hefty diaphragm on it. But the Shure PG48A will work. Will absolutely work for you. It's everywhere. They're cheap. We had like 1,000 of them at the TV station. So we would use them for everything. But I agree. Streaming mics, I think someone else in the chat said it. A Rode shotgun mic would have done fine. There's a very nice USB shotgun mic that Rode makes that would probably pick up both of them just fine if they set it in the right place. Because the shotgun mic can generally pick up anything within about 3 feet pretty well. Imagine the snorts we could get on a shotgun mic, folks. Imagine. I'm just imagining the meaty snorts that would be captured on that shotgun mic.
Microphones. So maybe if we actually bought a whole second mic stand and everything, and had one here and one here, obviously then the audio is going to be way better.
$45, Phil.
Significant, sinking of money.
$45, Phil.
This is an actual professional studio level microphone that I got 10 years ago.
$45.
I don't know what they cost today. The thing is, it does use a standard like studio mic connection. It's not USB. I forget what you call it. That unique connection they use for microphones for like bands and stuff. That's what it uses, and that's what my receiver unit here, the Scarlett, uses that. So I'm sure we could probably get another mic. I would have to look into it. All right.
That's
I don't
3
think-
Hogan
Go-Go Island,
polls.
I don't think
That's
it's
right.
worth it. In the future,
Oh, that's right,
people
Nerd Brew.
really like our
If
co-op
I
and they
explain
wanna
it
see
in
us
Hogan
actually do
polls,
real
it's
gameplay, not
it's
just
way
a
more
side
understandable.
minigame, but like
Big
go through a
ups.
real game together, then it's probably going to be worth the investment, right? I think so. But we have to look into that, okay?
I don't know, dude. People have shown up and supported for Cat. I would say it's worth the investment, Phil. If I were you, I would monetize. Absolutely.
XLR, is that what it's called? I don't know. People are saying XLR. I don't know what that means. Maybe that means the type of connection or the mic. I don't know. I'm not an audiophile. Literally.
XLR stands for centered left and right. It means that it's a balanced signal and it can either be used as a left and right channel, but it's mono. It's a lot of audio mumbo jumbo and jargon, but it doesn't really matter. Most people have forgotten what it stands for, but it stands for center left right, meaning that it is a shielded channel and it's balanced and you can use it as balanced left or balanced right, but it's a mono.
This setup I bought 10 years ago because my viewers sent me the stats. They were like, here it is, buy this on Amazon, buy this on Amazon, buy this on Amazon, combine it, hook it up, it'll work. And I did, and it worked. I was like, oh, thanks. I don't even know what it is. Okay, so anyway, that was another thing. Now, one other thing that sadly I don't think is fixable. Basically, no matter what, our seating arrangement is not going to be equal because this chair, my office chair, it's not really an office chair. This is meant to be like a luxury office/gaming chair. It actually has full memory foam lumbar.
The Shure is, yeah, the SM7B. So everybody uses the SM7, like everybody, and I don't mind it. I prefer Audio Technica stuff, honestly, because it's cheaper and it tends to be a better value. Something like the Shure SM, I'm just afraid I'm gonna break it because I'm clumsy, but that's just me.
Support. It actually has real comfy memory foam reclined seating, and it's so comfortable.
It's a dentist chair, dude.
And I've now had this for almost 3 years. I want to say we got it in like 2021 or 2022. I can't remember. So far, it's the best gaming chair I've ever had. It's so good, so different from the shitty ones that people try to sell you online with their referral codes.
XLR is objectively like the perfect way to carry sound. They figured it out in the late 50s and it actually never got better. It literally never got better. That's the thing. XLR has been around since like 1958 or something dumb like that, and you cannot build a better mousetrap. It's great. It's great.
Those are junk. This one's actually well made. The catch is this chair is very low to the ground and doesn't have height adjustment. That's the catch. That's probably why it only costs like $300 instead of like $500, because it didn't have that. It's a basic chair with really nice comfort features. So the thing is, we can't find anything that's the same height as this chair. We looked at all these ottomans, stools, and other chairs. We couldn't find anything this low to the ground.
Yeah, Nerd Brew. I've had two XLR cables in the entire like 15 years that I've been like making content and like media and stuff. I've only ever needed two. I had one die. I had one XLR cable die, and I'm on my second one, and they cost like $9 to replace. They're so cheap.
So the best we did was the chair that I used. We bought this. It's a very small mini office chair that we found at like a discount store, and it's comfortable. Like I sat on it the whole 2.5 hours.
Also, like, how can you say that your seating problem is unsolvable? You could easily just get rid of the piece of shit gamer chair you're sitting on, and you could actually go back to a love seat. Like, real talk, they could actually go back to a love seat for co-op. That would actually be like a pretty decent move, truly. Like, if they got rid of the trash and the toys behind here, they could just put a love seat behind here again. That would actually work.
On Wednesday night, and it actually was comfy. It didn't hurt my ass or anything, and it has back support, which
it's
is really
not
nice.
well. I
But
can't
even then,
I
was
can't
much
show it on
higher
screen
up
because it's
than this
neatly
chair,
wrapped and
it doesn't
managed.
seem like there's anything I
But
can
it's
really
pretty
do about
thick.
that. And some people are like,
My
why don't you
XLR
buy another
cable's
one of the
pretty
chairs?
thick.
Here we go again, right? The solution is
It's
just
short,
to spend
though.
tons of money that I don't have.
I use a 4-foot XLR cable because, like, there's almost no space between my microphone arm and my amp, so I bought like a 4-foot one.
So number one, this chair, I don't even know if I can get it again. You know, I bought it 2-3 years ago. I don't even know if it's available on Amazon anymore. I haven't looked into it. That's number one. Number two,
So someone put the picture of his chair in Discord. I didn't know a chair like this existed. It's a dentist chair with cup holders that they like called a gaming chair. It's like literally a dentist chair. It's so weird.
This chair is big, and there's no way we could fit 2 of them next to each other here in the office on camera. It wouldn't fit. It's actually that wide. I mean, just to show you, this is how wide the chair is. This is my hands on the edges of the arms, and I'm just lifting my arms straight up.
Yeah, his cable management is dog shit.
It doesn't fit on. It would be
Grimnerd, a dentist chair.
Camera,
That's right.
basically.
It is a dentist chair.
Fit. It's too big. So
it's pretty dented.
The other thing is, why don't you just get another small chair and both of you sit in small chairs? You could do that.
It's the okay, yeah, it's the recliners they haven't sent. Okay, yeah, because I have a secret lab chair. This is a secret lab chair. That's right. That's right. I bought a gamer chair during the pandemic. Everybody did. Get off me. But I like it. It's comfortable. It cost $400. It cost way too much money, but at the same time, I sit in it for work and I sit in it for streaming and I sit in it for everything. And I never get uncomfortable. It's good for my back. Honestly, the chair that my company gave me was dog shit. So I bought this one. So because they weren't going to give me a different chair. They were not going to give me a different chair. So I was like, fuck it. I'll take my tax return and I'll buy a new one. So
entail moving this fucking giant chair every time we do co-op and then moving it back.
Yeah, Darksea, a good chair can mean the difference between you hating your job and tolerating it. It really can. Because the instant increase in productivity and comfort just from buying this chair. Ugh.
So, see what I mean? Like, there's no real easy way to fix the situation. I think the seating, does it look silly? It does.
Also, though, if you can find a cheap piece of junk that's comfortable, it's fine.
Be down here, so we're never going to be equal level when we do this.
I know people that like stream on folding chairs. It's perfectly fine. Whatever you're comfortable in.
I would actually say of all the issues, that was the least, right? I would think getting the audio issues resolved is actually a bigger thing than the height.
It is
sitting on camera. I don't think the height is really that big of a deal. The only other thing
hold on, guys, I just thought of something. Hold on. Something that would be like very easy to solve here. XLR lavalier. There we go. Hey, look at this. It's a 2-pack of XLR lavalier mics for $60. You could literally just plug one into channel 1, mic fill up right here. One into I actually have one of these exactly. You know what? I want to stream. I'm gonna stream with a lavalier mic sometime. Because I have one. I have one of these. If not this, something similar. But he could literally buy this double pack, hook it up to the Scarlett, mic them up individually, done. Don't have to worry about mic placement, any of that shit. Don't need a stand. I can't believe I didn't think of this before booting up this stream. But actually, because I was thinking about Lefty and I'm moving into a new house later this year, and Lefty and I want to try to one day do the IRL taking L's stream thing. And if Lefty and I do an IRL stream, this is probably how I would do it. I'd probably have separate webcams, one for each of us, and then I'd buy. I don't have a DAC with two ports, but I would buy one for him. He's worth it. And then I would just mic each of us up. It would just make more sense to do that. But they should do this. They could literally for $60 solve all of their mic problems and be done. And then they would just have to move that stupid dentist chair out of there. Very simple.
Noticed. So this here, this is called a pop guard. For those who don't know, well, the purpose of this device is that when I'm talking into the mic or anyone talks into a mic, it stops certain kinds of sounds. And yes, it actually even stops like spittle from hitting the mic. So
That's partially correct. It does soften up. It does soften up the more percussive sounds. That's what it's for. But it's not meant to stop spittle. I mean, it does, but it's not meant to stop spittle. That's stupid. Yes, Misery Merchant. Good to see you, Misery Merchant. Big ups. Another sound style group of individuals.
And also, you notice how you don't hear a giant.
I gotta wait. Misery Merchant, can you make a song out of this? Can you make a song out of this?
Oh. You notice how you don't hear a giant on the mic? The pop guard's doing that. Without that, if you go at the mic, you go boom, boom, you hear these big booming voice or sounds. So that's what it stopped.
Spittle.
But it's huge, and I've had this one for ages. And the thing is, when it's
I have that exact one, actually. I have this exact pop screen. I don't use it because if you sit far enough away from the mic and you practice good use of filters, I find it somewhat unnecessary. Also, look at where it is for him, though. Like, if I was here, hold on. He's like, he's here. I gotta like half. I can't even. Or no, I'll just move the mic. His mic is here. His mic is like here. When it should be. Hold on. It should be here, right? His mic placement is pointing at his chest, and it's the worst. It's the worst thing.
just me, it's not a big deal. But when it's the both of us and we're both kind of looking,
yeah, guy with two names. I'm thinking about a metal pop filter. I'm thinking about taking away this windscreen and just using a metal pop filter. The issue with a lot of these pop filters, the ones on the arms, is they're very heavy. Like, I've tried mounting the pop filter on this microphone arm, but this microphone arm is not strong enough to support the assembly for the pop filter. Like, the assembly for the pop filter is heavier than the mic itself in my case. So I might just get one that cradles the microphone around.
we're trying to see, hey, what's going on over there in the chat and what are people saying? Even today, right now, I cannot see the chat. Literally from where I'm sitting right now, I can't see the chat. I have to do this and look over the pop guard.
So that is a Phil problem. I had a similar issue where, like, my setup was really stupid for a long time. I had a screen like over here somewhere, kind of like across the room. It was tilted. I couldn't see it very well. I couldn't see another one of my screens over the microphone itself. So what did I do? Well, I moved my desk, got all my monitors on the desk, raised up the monitor that I couldn't see, put the monitor down below that was across the room, and I moved a bunch of stuff around. Now I can see everything. I don't have to look around. It's all within arm's reach. That's what it all should be. If you're a streamer who can't see their chat, who cannot see their chat, you fucked up. You have failed a fundamental of streaming, man. Like, I don't know what to tell you.
Go like this. This is how I see it. So someone actually sent us a suggestion during the day off saying, we noticed your pop guard's really big and in the way. They sell better ones now.
No, he could just take it away. Like, he doesn't need the pop filter. He sits so far away that he doesn't actually need the pop filter. He could just take it away. It adds nothing.
Cheap. They're not expensive. And I got a link on Amazon to like a $10 pop guard. What it is, instead of being a giant circle, they now make them curved. And
there you go, guy with two names. There you go. Was that you? Did you make that recommendation to him? Was it you?
So well, that'll be a big improvement if it just sits in front of the mic. So
yeah, the pop filter. If anything, the pop filter is hindering him right now.
Use it as early as my late stream.
He needs to do the turkey hand
up and see if that's a little better. So that way,
if he's further away than the turkey hand, he's too far away.
On camera anymore. Instead, it's just gonna be right in front of the
pop guard. That's right, Chody Tate.
You guys
pop guard.
Over the years, you absolutely need to see as much of me as possible. Even if I could minimize the game to like a tiny little corner down here and just have my
Baldrick, okay. I might be getting a little Derek right here. For those of you millennials who know what this means, is that a Two Girls One Cup reference? Better not be, because if it is, you're on thin ice, my man.
Blown up on the rest of the screen. That's what you're looking for. So I'm listening to your feedback, and I'm going to give you what you want. Okay. So there you go. So that's what we're going with right now. All right. And so good stuff.
Good stuff.
You guys liked the co-op on Wednesday night. Okay. So here's the deal. It went well. We did about 2.5 hours of Dondoko Island. In the 2.5 hours we played, we got the island to 2-star rating. Okay, it finishes when you're at 5 stars.
Oh, 2 turntables and a microphone. Yep.
$10,000 and $30,000.
I see you. I see you, Misery Merchant.
$40,000 in one session. When I go back to play the main game, I'm going to be able to buy equipment, weapons, do the rest of the training courses at the school, which then is going to allow me to unlock further into the jobs that I wanted to unlock. Like, I'm going to have tons of stuff as a result of us doing this together. So this is huge and very, very good. This is going to help the playthrough tremendously.
Did you hear that? Cat is doing all the labor for him. Cat is doing the labor for him so that he can collect the money, which proves Cat is a dent. By our conventional definition, Cat is an intern. Cat playing Dondoko Island for him is an internship. She's not getting any of the money. Well, she's technically, because she's going to get DoorDash from the money they make or whatever. But it's basically an internship. Come on, Phil.
When I go back to the main game, we're going to be like swimming in progress because of this, okay? Now, the other cool thing is
Oh yeah, I would rather watch Cat stream because Cat is a boring person. I think we can all agree. Cat is a boring person, but she plays the game, and she was playing the game. She was playing the game quite efficiently, from what I was able to gather. Unlike Phil,
at least probably twice a week.
She's a Chad compared to Phil.
If it ends up getting too much, we can reduce the amount we do it, maybe down to 1 time a week. But right now, we figure 2 nights a week doing this is good. And by the way, the feedback was great. Basically, people were like, yes, at first.
Oh, so stuff happened last night?
Comfortable. It seemed like it was going.
I didn't watch a lick of Phil last night. I watched part of the Tractor Beams restream of the podcast.
Ear to ear. She was like, I'm so.
Then I went on a date with my girlfriend, guys.
From the experience 5 years ago on Halloween.
We went out to dinner, and I have leftover pulled pork, macaroni, and cheese that I'll eat later.
The attempted was a complete waste of time. It didn't affect anything. We shut down all the bullshit right away. And we were able to just focus and have fun together and be natural together and enjoy gaming together. That's the kind of stuff we do all the time off camera.
Yes, Lord Kane. Good catch. Phil loves to use the royal we.
Skull and Bones, which I'm going to explain.
We means you.
That's what I mean. To be able to share that with you guys was actually something really special. And there was a good audience for it. People liked it. The feedback.
No! Does anybody have... Grimner, who has the clip? Does anybody have the clip? We're going on a field trip. I did not hear about this. I didn't hear about this at all. I've been making Hitman videos. I've been busy making Hitman videos. I was making Hitman videos on my Logan K channel yesterday. So I didn't watch I didn't know about this. No one told me. No one told me. Snort? Okay, hold on. I'm sure hold on. Here, I'm going to put on some Glenn Miller. I'm going to put on Okay. So we're going to listen to In the Mood, which is the best song ever written. The best song ever written by Glenn Miller. Well, I find the clip. Hold on. This song is also featured in Hitman. So, big ups. Oh, thank you, Nerd Brew. All right, we'll watch Snort's clip. All right, got to turn off the Glenn Miller. Hold on. There's some Logan lore behind why I like this song so much. It's the first In the Mood by Glenn Miller is the first song I remember hearing. Like the first actual piece of music I remember hearing. My grandpa had it on a record player when I was like 2 years old. And I remember hearing it and being like, what's this?
Let me tell you something, brother. Snort.
Thanks, Snort, for the clip. Snort Hogan.
All right, well, that's about it. I'll just see how much I can do in like the next 10 minutes. Baby, if you're tired, you don't have to stick around. If you're really sore and tired.
Oh, she is fading.
I need to stand up.
All right, glad. Baby, no one's forcing you to be here.
I mean, you already know what you're doing. So.
Yeah, you can take off for that.
Oh yeah, she's done. She's fucking done.
She's beat. You have to understand. Kat is not used to doing this. She is not a streamer in any capacity.
She's
right?
done.
So it's exhausting to her to do this.
This is wild,
she's
dude.
You know, you guys wanted to see her.
This is
see her
so
part of the
wild.
gameplay, right? And she's doing her absolute best. But I totally get it.
This is what I get for like
Let me
checking
have some
out and
here.
living a life last night. I missed this. Come on.
This way. That's right, Sambuca. She already played through the whole thing. She's already seen all of this, you know? So to her, nothing here is like new.
What did she say? She's sore? What? I don't understand. Like I don't understand. Like I'm having trouble understanding.
Snort, Kogan. Drip, snort, snort. I got the drip. Go.
Yeah, bro. Hold on. Let me scale it up. Here, hold on. What's the best way to do this? We'll stretch this out. Yep. Look, she's like,
Snort, Kogan.
watch. She like, this actually concerns me. Like legit. When someone goes from like a sitting position and like doubles over, that's very concerning, dude. Like that's like, I don't know if that's like abdominal pain or what, but like the only time I've done that or see someone do that is when they've got like appendicitis. It's really strange. And like I am not making fun of Kat. I am genuinely not making fun of Kat. I'm concerned by what I see. And I'm concerned at Phil's lack of concern, actually. Cause like that's real discomfort.
Alright, well, that's about it. I'll just see how much I can do in
And he's not even doing anything. He's not even doing anything. She's folded over and he's not. I completely fucking missed this. God.
like the next
I was on a date last night.
Baby, if you're tired, you don't have to stick around. If you're really sore and tired, you can go.
Yeah, I need to stand up.
Alright, go ahead. No, baby, no one's forcing you to be here.
I mean, you already know what you're doing. So.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Take off
she's
for the night.
so
Just
uncomfortable, like
take it.
physically uncomfortable.
Bye.
Oh
You have to understand.
man,
Guys,
yeah, she looks sick, and I really don't know what to make of this, but it upsets me, like seeing this. Like I'm actually upset by this because Phil. She's doubled over, like actually doubled over, folded in the chair, and Phil just keeps looking at the screen. Doesn't even like if this were me, and like my girlfriend is never going to be part of the content. She's not interested. She doesn't want her name known, doesn't want her face known. But if this were me and I was streaming with my partner and this happened, I would actually cut the stream. Like, what the fuck, man? Come on, dude.
She's not used to doing this. She is not a streamer.
And then he dunks on her because this is dunking. You guys gotta, like, this is so condescending, dude. This is so condescending. You guys gotta remember, she doesn't do this. She's a pleb who doesn't stream all day like me. I do this for a living. Like, it's so your wife is sick, dude. Go take care of your wife, you fucking retard.
In any capacity.
My toxicity comes out.
It's exhausting to her to do this.
It takes a lot for me to get
You know,
genuinely
you guys want to
toxic,
see-
but
be here part of gameplay, right?
God,
And she's doing her
I hate
absolute
him.
best.
I hate him
totally
so
get it.
much.
Here, let me now sit down here. It's this way.
Let me take the good chair since my
Right,
wife
she's
is
already
not
played
here
through the whole
anymore.
thing. She's already seen all of this, you know?
What an asshole,
So
dude.
to her, nothing here is like new or eye-opening. It's stuff that she's
What
already
an
done.
actual
So
asshole.
she's literally just here helping us to make this more interesting.
Thank you for
To be
making me
honest, if I
aware
was doing
of
by
that this
myself,
happened,
you guys,
'cause-
it'd probably be pretty boring.
Shit,
Over
man.
Here, it makes it a little bit better, right? But I totally get it. She's beat. She already did all this stuff.
But why? Why? The thing is, this is a 2-hour stream. This is a night stream. She can't sit for 2 hours and play a game on stream. I mean, all right, guys. we're going to talk about biology here. And I'm not, I don't want you guys to read too much into this. And my girlfriend is out. She's her mom is going to move to the area. They're looking at apartments right now. When my girlfriend comes home, I'm going to ask her, because she's a woman and she would know. I'll show her this clip and I'll say, is this period pain? Because it's very likely that may just be like severe period pain, right? I hope it is. I hope it's just severe period pain. Because there are times where like my girlfriend literally will just be like doing something in the house and she'll be like, my period's real bad. I got to go lie down. And then she goes and lies. I hope it's that. But at the same time, for Phil to be like that instant, like Phil, that was probably her having a rough time for like period cramps or whatever. And period cramps are just something that happens. I'm not making fun of Kat. I'm not making fun of women. It's just it's just the way of the world. And when you have a partner that's going through a rough time, you might want to help them. You might want to like not be a dick about it, you know? God damn you, Phil. But I have a feeling my girlfriend is going to validate that as period pain.
Jasper, she went downstairs. You want to go see her?
Well, yeah, Merch. It's definitely why would she need birth control? She doesn't need it, right?
Yeah, Jasper. Let's get out of here, okay? I'll see you later. There we go. Go join her now.
He has more concern about where Jasper is than the fact that his wife had to grab her stomach and walk out. This actually like makes me upset. Like I'm actually like physically
she wanted to come back to streams,
like physically changed by this.
So you can kiss my fucking ass. I hate idiots like that. Yeah, as you see, I had her tied up, right? I had her drugged and tied up, and I threw her in here tonight. That's what happened.
And then why react like this, dude? After your wife just left the stream because she was feeling ill, like physically ill. You fucking asshole.
Fucking asshole. Fucking morons. Those kind of people drive me nuts. Anyway, I did have the camera in the wrong position. I was wondering.
Oh, I did have the camera. He just moves on.
I must have hit it earlier. I totally must have hit the camera, and it wasn't centered. So there you go. Here's an idiot saying she wasn't playing. She was here for the entire first hour and a half playing. She just had to be the controller in the last 20 minutes because she was tired. So you can go fuck yourself, too. The dumb trolls coming in here to try to be dicks now, you know. Fuck.
Why is everybody a troll? Why is everybody that disagrees with him a troll? See, this is why his audience is disintegrating. This is why like the small audience he had left is disintegrating. Because if you call people trolls, they're going to start acting like trolls, dude. And they are. This is how detractors are born. This is how actual detractors are born.
Fucking idiots. Anyway. All right. So.
Where am I streaming? You still haven't told me.
I'll scoot the chair over. I'll see if I can scoot the chair back to where it's supposed to be. Of course I got louder because I moved. Hold on. This fucking chair gets stuck.
God, this is... Ugh, I'm so upset by this.
Ugh. There we go.
It's moments like these. And like people say I'm very extreme for like taking this approach to Phil. This is why he deserves no quarter, no sympathy. No sympathy whatsoever. At all. None. Because he acts like this when his wife is in pain. And then he takes it out. He takes it out on people who are probably fans and accuses them of being trolls. This is why fuck that guy. No sympathy. Like, I've had conversations with Lefty, like lefties come to me occasionally and been like, do you ever feel bad some days for dunking on Phil? It's like, yeah, sometimes, but rarely. Sometimes, like, you know, some days you can't help but think of him as human. And then shit like this happens, and then you realize he's not a normal human, and he shouldn't exist, and nobody should ever be this toxic. Like, dude, go help your wife, dude. Make her tea, whatever she needs.
Okay.
Like, fuck this guy.
And now I move this here. There we go. Right? So now, I'm going to be totally different volume, of course, and I'm going to make the game volume louder, because now you can hear me louder, so now you're going to want to hear the game louder. right? So there you go. Okay.
This is just an opinion. He always keeps the game audio too high. Like people don't need to hear every bit of dialogue in a game. Like most streamers keep the game audio like really fucking low, because they're there for the streamer. Dude, Banana Jones, right? Dave Burnell, as a former military man, must be like,
Anything else
fucking son,
say,
Philly.
So I can just deal with you now before I finish the stream. Any other idiotic thing you'd like to say to talk out of your ass and look like an idiot so I can publicly embarrass you? Okay.
So I can publicly embarrass you. Yeah, publicly embarrass you on your fucking own stream. Like, your stream reflects you, not the people in the chat, Phil. What's up, Heather? I agree. Game subtitles, man. When people stream games, the game should be relatively low. But like, this is your stream, dude. You banning people and letting your wife walk away on her own after holding her stomach in pain, which was probably just period pain, but still, she might need help. She might need help, dude. Periods are rough.
So we hit 3 stars.
But I doubt Phil can even grasp the concept of a period. What's up, King Jad?
Approval. I think there's another day. They're here one more day, right? But I can't really do anything about that at this point. So.
Oh, you witnessed this live, Jad? I didn't.
What
I was out on a date with my family, with my girlfriend.
What do you guys recommend I do to finish the stream? Because now I'm all derailed and freaking confused.
You derailed yourself, man. He should have cut the stream when Kat walked out. That is the most logical endpoint to that stream. Just cut it. Just be like, you know what? My wife's not feeling well. We're gonna have some downtime. Because that would portray a sympathetic human, right? Like that's kind of what I'm getting at. This is why no one sympathizes with you, bro. Because you act so toxic after your wife is going through shit, man. Thank you for the derailment, everybody. Big ups Grimner for pointing it out, and big ups Nerdbrew for linking the clip. He already had one retcon first. Okay. Kat was not bored, she was just tired. Oh. Well, I wonder what he'll say. I wonder what he'll say about it today. We'll have to see.
Positive. Most people were like, yeah, this is really good. Please keep doing it. Of course, people giving us suggestions for improvement, and we appreciate all of those. We want to improve.
Well, but the thing is, like, Epion, the thing is, the trolls are going to laugh at him anyway. He might as well live his own life, right? Like, I have a gaming channel, right? My Logan K channel is like primarily like a gaming and movie channel. Everyone always says I suck at games. Everybody's gonna always say you suck at games or your videos suck or whatever. Just live your life the way you want to live it, man.
The audio setup. We want to improve things gradually once we figure.
Yeah,
we'll
see. We'll see. Guy with 2 names. I don't know.
Again,
he can be so unpredictable.
It's a mini game, so we're gonna do it for a few weeks, probably 2 weeks tops, 3 weeks maybe to finish it. And then when we get to the next thing, that'll be more of a serious playthrough, right? Then we'll consider maybe investment.
All right, we need to. We're running low on time because I'm going to drop you guys off at TBS. We need to get to Skull and Bones.
Whatever it may be, we're going to figure this out. Already the pop.
So let's find the Skull and Bones
in play. Okay. So, great stuff, and I can't wait for more. Kat absolutely loved it, and she's stoked for the next stream, which is really awesome. Okay. So let's continue. So that was Wednesday night. Now let's talk about yesterday, because yesterday was my day off.
Here we go.
Skull and Bones together.
Here we go.
I'm not sure if you can even call it like a game.
Also, I'm going to get this out of the way up front. I'm not going to defend Skull and Bones. I am not going to defend Skull and Bones. But I like Skull and Bones. And I'm having fun with it. I'm not going to say it's a good game. I'm not going to say it's a good game, but it hits my brain just the right way. Just the right way. It actually feels like a mobile game. In a weird way. Like the way that it incentivizes you just keep grinding and collecting shit, it feels like a mobile game. I'm surprised it doesn't hit with Phil more, but I like it.
Review, but man, I got a lot to say about that. Our 2 hours were some of the.
I have not played co-op yet, but I've heard from people that co-op is the way to go. I'm gonna try and find a couple people to run with on co-op, but I'm having fun just as like a collectathon thing and have something on in the background. Like you can have fun with this game. It's possible to have fun with this game. I'm not gonna call it a good game, but I have fun with it.
Most hilarious hours we have ever spent in any video game. It was a laugh riot.
A laugh riot. All right.
Because the game is so stupid.
Overcooked.
So
I've been saying that. Overcooked would be great for them because they love food. They love food. And it's like a very easy, I think they can play that on the Switch. It's on the Switch, right? Overcooked is. But yeah, it'd be great for them. I agree, King
on
Jad.
Wednesday night, that was the last you saw of us, right? And here I am back from that. I want to talk a little bit about how that went, some of the technical difficulties and things that we're trying to do to improve that, and just overall our plans for that, because overall I think you guys really liked it, right? So good stuff.
Oh wait,
man,
no, Skull and Bones. Hold on, I went to the beginning. Why did I do that? Hold on. Find it. Come on. Control find is not working on this transcript. Hold on. I'll find it. Skull and Bones. All right.
all the time off camera on our days off, which I'm going to tell you about, because that was actually a part of our day off yesterday, was Skull and Bones, which I'm going to explain. So that's what I mean, to be able to share that with you guys was overwhelmingly. It's a mini game, so we're going to do it for a few weeks, probably 2 weeks, right? That in a DSP news segment was our final chill day. Important things lined up into play.
Here we go.
And of course, I've been suggesting all kinds of Game Pass games to her. Like, what about Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice? That way you'll know what
Hellblade's good.
When the sequel comes out, if you want to play the sequel or not. What about Persona 3 Reload that just came out?
Persona 3 also 4. Good.
She started Persona 5 but didn't get too far in it. I'm like, you might like that. It's a total remake from the ground up of Persona 3. Persona 3 is a great game. I'm sure they probably fixed the issues I had with it. So I'm giving her all these suggestions. And basically I go out, I do all the errands. And I come home, and she goes, I've decided what I want to do. I want to try Skull and Bones. And I was like, what? Like, I was blown away. Like, she would want to try that. Because she knows all about the game. She knows it's been stuck in development hell for nearly a decade. She knows about the stories, of all the problems with this game and everything. And I was like, huh? And she's like, yeah, basically, because, it has the ship combat of Assassin's Creed 4 and also other Assassin's Creed games in the future had that, and she loved the ship combat.
Yeah, good catch, Timo. The way he talks about letting her play, I let her play this game, is like really weird and possessive. I don't like it.
About it, and I was like,
oh, King Jad, if you, I know you've heard this. If you need to punch out, punch out. I don't blame you.
$70 on it? No.
I have Skull and Bones takes.
She basically got Ubisoft Plus, which is the monthly subscription. It's 18.
What, baby? I told you the game sucks, but I also told you to not be a mark and pay for the game. Like, this explanation right here is funny because he's like, yeah, we didn't pay $70 for the game, but she paid for the Ubisoft Premium. It's pronounced Ubisoft, by the way. She paid for Ubisoft Plus. So they didn't get our money, but they did.
$18 a month. And you get access to all of Ubisoft's games for the month, And by the way, if you do that, you get all the advanced access. And you get all the deluxe versions. Okay? So she decided to basically do that and then get it off of Ubisoft Plus. So she was able to get...
Will I hit It's Time Go by Darkseid to Flow?
Deluxe edition, like premium
I don't know.
edition, which comes
25 likes, King Jad said.
Extra in-game things for doing.
Thank you, King Jad. Big ups.
Edition. I guess the game
Take care.
Came out today, but if you had gotten to special edition, it came out like a day early. So she was able to play it yesterday. Okay?
I believe it is. So, I don't have it. It's okay. I need to confess, I bought the $100 version of Skull and Bones. Because that soundtrack is a Junkie XL soundtrack, and he's really good. I posted about this on Detractor Beam Discord, but that soundtrack is really fucking good. It's like Mad Max Fury Road soundtrack on the water. Very good.
Let's talk about Skull and Bones. We played it for 2 hours, and here was our experience, okay? When you first boot up Skull and Bones, you're essentially on a ship that immediately gets destroyed, and so you're with like, this skeleton crew. It's like you and 2 other people on like a skiff, a tiny little boat.
I agree.
That's just going around, and your job is essentially to survive.
Yes, honey.
So you're like, sailing around fighting sharks with like spears, and you basically have to gather a few resources, do like mini missions, and then get to the first town, which is called St. Anne. All right. So at first it's kind of interesting.
See you, the Fox.
Because
take care, dude.
Learning the controls, it's a little different than when you're.
The thing is, Nerd Brew, I like Ubislop. It is one of the things I really like. They're never good at launch. They're never good games at launch. But there's stuff that I've really fallen in love with. Like I still play the Division 2. I still play the Division 2 like fairly regularly. The way that game feels now is like it's a good looter shooter. If you can group up with friends, it's a lot of fucking fun. You can even find pretty good randoms these days. But after like several years, Ubisoft games get really good, but their launches are always really bad. But I like divisive games, and I don't know, Skull and Bones hits for me in a way that's hard to explain.
And the graphics, I'll be honest, they're not terrible.
It's not a good game, though. I will not call it a good game.
Hilarious.
I'm not going to defend it.
It looks like fuzz is coming on your bows. Like, is that supposed to be water?
I love Far Cry 5.
Like in the field of pollen.
Far Cry 5 rules.
What is this? The effects are bizarre.
That's the Hope County, Montana is my favorite Far Cry setting.
Why did they go with that? They could have.
As someone who spent a lot of time in Montana as a child,
why did they go with that?
Some of that is correct.
So once you arrive at St. Anne, all the story begins. I said the story begins because basically this is where the game guides you.
Hey, guy with 2 names. It's my money. I can spend it however I want. Okay.
Skull and Bones is the story of you being a pirate.
I can spend it however I want because I don't beg for money. That's the difference. That's the difference. We're perfectly okay to buy shitty games. It's nothing wrong to buy and like shitty games. But it's rough when Phil does it. Big ups, Bill Brasky, for the 6 months. You're the best.
And that's it. And what I mean by that is, what does a pirate do? Well, you probably need a ship. You probably need to arm that ship with like weapons. You probably need to eventually recruit more crew members.
Yeah, I'd like to play Sea of Thieves.
And plundering certain areas.
We spend your money. We spend your money. Don't worry about it. It gets spent.
Like that. Yes, that's the game. No, but that's the whole game. Like, there's no actual narrative to it. It's just you just play it for the sake
I'm a
of
Michelle
playing.
Rodriguez
There's
fan.
No story involved.
Michelle's good.
When you think about, Assassin's Creed 4, Edward Kenway, he was one of the best protagonists in Assassin's Creed history. He was super unique. His story was great. There was great.
Prince of Persia: Sands of Time was like proto Assassin's Creed. They had the parkour. They had the wall running. It was good. You can still run that game. Believe it or not, you can still run that game on modern hardware like pretty well. It needs controller support though.
There's none of that in Skull.
Also, Splinter Cell Chaos Theory is the best stealth game ever made. Fight me.
And Bones. There's no narrative. You're just going to a town and talking to NPCs. They're giving you missions, which are essentially.
Oh, thank you, guy with 2 names. Thanks for the $1.99.
Resources, craft things, improve your ship and crew, and then go out there and do it again. That's the game. That's the entirety of the game. Okay. Now, if you're okay with that, then good for you. If you like that, if that gameplay sounds
good for
you, then maybe this is the game for you. But if you were looking for any kind of a meaningful story, there's zero.
I literally just wanted a game where I could sail around on my ship and shoot other ships. Like, this is what I wanted. I just wanted a game where I could like upgrade my ship, kill ships, then go upgrade my ship more so I could kill more like literally.
They didn't even write one.
MGS3 is an objectively better game, but I have a hard time calling that a stealth game. At a certain point, it becomes more of a survival game, especially if you play it on the higher difficulties. Like, it is stealth-based.
But no, I would say don't charge back because you can't. It's not possible.
Use this for a good game, please. Folded hands.
Nicole, our TTS lady, Nicole, says use this for a good game. I will.
They didn't even bother.
Hey, I bought Lefty Subnautica Below Zero a while ago. Does that count? I bought him a good game. Am I absolved? Because Subnautica Below Zero fucking rules.
With that, okay? If you've ever heard of like the term games as a service, I think this is like the poster child textbook example of what that will become if games as a service just becomes the standard in the industry. There's no point.
Remember, this take is especially dog shit by the fact that the thing he plays the most is a mobile game where you grind for fake JPEGs. Remember that. He's criticizing games as a service while being the biggest mark for games as a service. Always remember that. Never forget.
Playing Skull and Bones besides wasting your time, but if you enjoy your time that you're wasting, then I guess it's okay.
Yeah, honestly, they should have played Skull and Bones together because you can have fun with a shitty game. A friend of mine and I played Generation Zero, which is a great game now. It has a lot to offer now, but a friend of mine and I played Generation Zero when it first came out, and there was not much game in there. And it was hard to get around and really grindy, but we had fun because we were playing together, you know, like you, with the right friend or partner, you can play problematic games and have a good time.
One of the notable things about
Skull and Bones
is immediately when you start playing, even before you get to the first town of St. Anne, it's co-op. You can immediately team up with people online.
I really like the story of Subnautica Below Zero. It's a very good story.
It immediately throws you into this online world. The funny part about it is you don't even understand what it means. It's like, oh, so-and-so's, wants to join the party. You just say,
exactly.
Yeah, no, I don't know. What does it entail? So you're like, okay, let's join the party.
I mean, you can always quit your job.
And then what happens
it's just horrifying.
Everyone's still playing the game separate. Like, you still have to play it separately. It reminds me of...
It's good now. There are Generation Zero is good now. There are dirt bikes you can get. You can get around a lot easier. That's the thing with Avalanche games, is that when they first come out, there's really not much there, but then they will keep adding stuff. The only drawback to Avalanche games is that they tend to add a lot of those like quality of life changes behind DLC.
Like,
what's up, Rydrake?
How are you? But everyone's doing different things. But if you're in the same mission, what you all have to do is go talk to the same NPC to advance the story. There's no story, but
2000 there was a submarine game that I had a while ago. I'm going to look it up in my other tab.
It doesn't seem to do anything.
I forgot what it's called, but Ubisoft published it.
And then we talk to the NPC, which advances the mission.
Here, I'm going to look it up.
Okay, let's go to the next mission.
And I remember the controversy was that
person in your group didn't talk to the NPC.
You needed an online connection at all times to play the game.
Huh?
And
so now I gotta fucking go pull this fucking.
Was it Silent Hunter?
And get them to play the game. What are they doing? Scratching their ass, sailing around, fucking. Who knows what they're doing, right? So I gotta wait for them. So unless you're gonna team up,
I'm looking it up. Maybe it was Silent Hunter.
Communicate and coordinate. Don't go into multiplayer with randoms. It immediately is a hassle in this game. There's no fucking point to doing it. Okay.
Yeah, Silent Hunter.
Anyway,
I had one of the Silent Hunter games, and it required an always online connection. And even if you were just playing like single player stuff, and one of my friends was like, they'll never get away with this always online stuff. Never. Now everything is like, come on.
Hilarious moments of us playing Skull and Bones. Hilarious moment number one. Kat is sailing around in the skiff, all right, and she needs to gather resources to build
hilarious.
Her ship. As she does it, first of all, we quickly realize,
yeah, it was Silent Hunter.
Like action in the game, it's all quick time events. So you go to harvest wood, all of a sudden.
Oh yeah, Rydrake. This does look like a 8th grade semi-formal or homecoming shirt. He would have on like a very nice pressed slacks with some like brown shoes that he inherited from Dave. Yeah, this is homecoming dance vibes hard.
Saw appears on the screen with a meter, yellow, green, and red. And you
have picture day shirt. Picture day shirt.
Maximum wood.
That's
This looks.
This is like a kid on. He looks like a kid on picture day. Like that's between Rydrake and Epion. We nailed it. He's like a school kid trying to look presentable.
Somehow, I got to put my finger on it. Okay. So then, we got to harvest coconuts. You have a sickle, and it shows a sickle attacking a tree, and you have to press the button when it's in the green, or else you don't harvest as many coconuts, or you fail and you don't get the coconuts. Okay, so you never get off the boat. You never actually do these things. They're all quick time events. Okay? So we're doing all this harvesting, gathering, and then all of a sudden the game freezes. We're like, oh no, the game froze. Did it save anything? It freezes, I'm not kidding you, for about 15 to 20 seconds. Then all of a sudden the game unfreezes.
The thing is, so this game is cross-platform, so it's theoretically on the same infrastructure, right? It's completely cross-platform. I've never had any of the issues that they're describing. Granted, I'm only like 5 hours in, but I haven't had. The only thing is that's really lame is for now they've disabled text and voice chat, and like there are no text and voice chat features in your co-op pirate game. Come on, Ubisoft. Come on, dude.
And plays at 10 times speed. So we went from frozen to our boat has a rocket in its ass and it goes ooh, and starts flying across the ocean and it careens into the shore and it goes boom.
If anybody wants that ooh clip, it's in the Detractor Beam media thread. I clipped it while I was listening yesterday because it made me laugh. Let's listen again. When he goes ooh,
10 times speed. So we went from frozen to.
That's true. I'm not on console because I'm a Chad.
Our boat has a rocket.
All right. We got to slow-mo this, right? We have to. We have to at least break it down to half speed.
In its ass and it goes boom and starts flying across the ocean and it careens into the shore and it goes boom. We're like, what
I feel like someone could make a song out of him going, ooh!
The fuck just happened? What is this shit? Yeah, it's a fucking piece of shit game, like Turbo Boat.
Yeah, a kid at a Marvel movie. I think Phil would have. Do you think Phil would have gotten blinked out by the Thanos finger snap? Do you think Phil would have gotten blinked for a few years, or do you think he would have had the pig roach luck and stayed here? I think he would have had the pig roach luck and stayed here.
Explosions, like what the fuck? So
no, Rydrake is a pillar of this guy with two names. Stop it. Rydrake is a pillar of this community, upstanding citizen, by all indications, good people. Stop it.
There's an unlimited supply of sharks. Everywhere you go in the game, there's a shark attacking you constantly.
Guy with two names is a guy you should keep your eye on. Why does he need two names anyway? What has he got to hide? Huh?
Unlimited spears of sharks trying to kill off Jaws. Like Jaws is hunting you endlessly in the game. Just get the fuck away from
So
me.
actually, my opinion, spearing sharks and alligators and Skull and Bones is kind of fucking fun.
How many fucking sharks could there possibly be in the ocean that want to eat you?
Dude, there are a lot of sharks in the ocean that would love to eat you. There are lots of sharks, dude.
It doesn't make any sense. But you know what it is? You need gameplay, and this is the gameplay of the game, so they had to put that in there. Okay? So eventually, you're going to gather enough resources to build your first ship. Alright? So you go to St. Anne, you build your first ship. And I wish this was an exaggeration. I wish I was making the story up. I promise you this is...
See, when he says, when he says no exaggeration, he's always exaggerating. Have you guys noticed that? He's always exaggerating. If you have to say no exaggeration, you're probably lying. And who was I talking to? Oh yeah. The other night, I was talking to Indrid and Astrodontist in voice chat. And Astrodontist brought up a good point of... During the Rambo and Howard react, when Phil was talking about how he says, I'm going to be 100% transparent with you, doesn't actually mean that he's being transparent and honest. It just means that he's being serious. And Phil even said that. Phil was like, well, when I say I'm going to be honest and transparent, it just means I'm going to be serious. So why should we take him at his word when he says no exaggeration? Answer, we shouldn't.
God's honest truth.
Yes, Agent 47 mostly goes by Tobias Reaper or sometimes Hans Metzger, but mostly Tobias Reaper.
Very first time. Her first mission, go destroy 2 ships. You know, be a good catch, Nerd Brew. He also said it's just one of my mannerisms. He basically was like, just ignore it, man. It's one of my mannerisms. That's right, he did say that. Two like cargo ships, and then come back with the spoils of your sacking of the ships. She's going to sail out of the first harbor of the game, St. Anne. It's the starter harbor.
Oh, it's almost
and
time
there's two ships,
for
giant ships
the
sitting in the
TBS.
harbor. She's like, what's that?
I need to set up the
sails out,
redirect.
They immediately aggro to her and instantly destroy her boat.
Yeah, because you tangled. So if you're sailing around in the skiff, don't go by the big ships, dude. Oh, Google is asking. Don't do this to me, Google. Google is asking me to 2FA right now. Come on, man. Hopefully the stream stays up. Hold on. Luckily, I'm doing it in my other tab. Okay. Yeah, the stream stays up. I don't know. Why is it checking for verification now? It's really dumb. Right. All I want to do is set up a redirect. Come on, Google. Come on, man. Come on, dude. All right. Send. Yes, it's me. All right, we're good. I need to figure out who... Well, no, I'll probably just redirect to TBS. That's fine. Here, you can watch Phil, and I'll do the redirect.
What was that? This is the starter harbor. Why would there be giant enemy ships sitting in the harbor? So in this game, when your ship gets destroyed, you have to go back to where your ship was and gather the resources because they drop. If you don't, you lose all your resources. So she respawns, and she sails. They're still there.
Corpse running is like a
The fuck is going
normal
on? Why
thing.
are there
Corpse
two
running has
ships
been in a
they're
million
not, By the way,
games.
this is not human-controlled ships. These are just NPCs, like actual computer-controlled enemy ships sitting there.
Maybe the
So she
game
pulls
was
up her
telling her to
spyglass
get
and
good.
looks. They're level 10 ships. Level 10. She's level 2. She just started the game. Why are there level 10 ships in the starter area? So she tries to sneak by. She grabs the cargo. She sneaks, and now they're chasing her. I'm not kidding you. I timed it. They chased her for 5
Oh yeah,
minutes.
Hasta
They
Mañana.
leave her
We
alone.
watched
They chased
we
her
watched
across half
a
the
similar
fucking map
Snort
of the
Hogan
game until finally
clip
they broke
earlier.
off their pursuit. It didn't make any sense. Like, this is the beginning of the game, and this is what they throw at you.
The thing is, this game wants to very much teach you that like the ocean is a dangerous place, and I think this is just a situation where Kat was not reading like the obvious signs that this is a dangerous place. It's like how Phil doesn't understand that like he goes to an area of a game that he's way under leveled for, gets rocked, and then was like, "Oh, how come I got bodied in this area? I should be able to just beat those guys." Like, no, sometimes the game makes you hit a wall and makes you understand that like you can't go here. Like, it's not always gonna say don't go here. It's just gonna let you make the mistake, dude.
So finally, you know, she's out of there.
Well, yeah, that's true. He can't pick up on the obvious sign that Kat was like very ill yesterday, it turns out.
She's like, well, I could go destroy the ships, but let me explore. So she did. She sailed around for a little bit. She liked that they were singing sea shanties and stuff, just like they did in Assassin's Creed when she was sailing around. She enjoyed that.
Yeah, that's true. He is talking about her as though she's like his daughter, which is weird. Like, oh, my Catherine was looking for something to do, so she wanted to play Skull and Bones, and I let her. You know, it sounds really weird.
There, again, the looting is a joke. You go to another town, you can't access the town. All you do, you press a button, you're in a menu. Oh, you want to buy stuff? You're still on your ship.
By the way, after this, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna play Skull and Bones. I'm gonna play Skull and Bones while listening to TBS with Mr. Ludacris
no town
on it.
exploration whatsoever in the game.
So I'm playing Skull and
She
Bones.
goes
So
and
fuck
fights
you,
the ship
Phil.
And it says, do you want to board the ship and try to take it over rather than destroy it? Sure. She presses the button. There's a meter that blinks.
All right, you guys get the idea. I'm gonna clock out of this stream and send you guys over to TBS. But first, announcements again. Lefty and I are doing the 1K/1 year special Taken L's celebration stream on February 28th. That's next week. So that we can entertain all of you. So keep an eye on the community tab with that. And we'll see you guys the next time. Big ups to all of the members. And check out Lefty and my personal channels, by the way. Lefty's been playing a lot of Halo lately. It's very fun. and I've been making a lot of independent Hitman videos. But you guys are going to redirect to TBS. Big ups. We love you all. And we'll see you next time, dudes. Bye.
Now, why do I need to bring this up? All right? Because tomorrow's my day off. I got 2 big bills due this week. Everything all at once.
Who?